Welcome to Robin's Nest Adventures. Today I'll be adventuring into my studio to do some kiln repair. I need a new duct on my downdraft vent and some thermocouples. So let's go in. Kiln room and set up. I have a Bailey kiln with a downdraft vent. This is an Scott EnviroVent 2. You can see how corroded the end is because the fumes from the kiln are pretty corrosive. So I use a semi-rigid aluminum vent, and after 100 or so firings, maybe 200 firings, it looks like this. So I've already taken this one off. It's put on with these turnbuckle screw hose clamps. So the next step is to stretch this hose out till it's approximately the right size. It's pretty easy to stretch this out. You just kind of pull on it and it's bendable, but it's sturdy enough to hold up a lot better than your really flexible dryer vents. You don't want to pull it too far or it will come apart. But this one, I just want to get it stretched out enough so that it goes from the vent underneath to this vent up here. And the next thing to do will be to put this pipe clamp over the end. Like this. And use a screwdriver to just snug it up enough so that it isn't sliding off. So I've got that snugged up so it isn't going to come off. And now I'm going to don my headlamp and go get under the kiln. Actually, I found this to be too tight to fit over the opening, so I loosened the clamp and cut a slit in the duct. Okay, here it is. There's that split. And now I've got my pipe clamp placed, from what I can tell, evenly over the crack, so there's no vent, so there's no air coming through that crack. And now I'm going to tighten it up. If you're firing a lot, as much as I am, or even more, I find that these wear out every couple of years. And then I'm faced with having to tear out that old stuff and put in some new. Okay, I think I got that done. Now for the other end. Make sure you've got your screw where you can get it easily, and I put it over that. I haven't checked yet to see if I need to clip this end. Probably be easier if I did. what I'm going to do. Just got some tin snips here. Make a clip in that so I can get it over this opening. Looks like I might need to loosen this up a little bit. And the end of my pipe is right there. The hose is over it by a good inch or so, maybe a little further. And now I'm just going to tighten it up. And make sure I get that nice and tight. Now I have a little bit more play in here. It stretches out a good ways, really. And just to get it out of the way. And I think I may have just pulled it off of there again. Okay, we're going to give this one more shot. I've stretched it out good on the edges, on the ends. And cut into it enough to where I can get it over there. It's around it. I've got a good, it's on there a good inch. Now I'm going to tighten it up really tight. And that is it. That's on there snug. Wonderful. The next thing I need to do is replace the thermocouples. These go inside the kiln. So if you look inside my kiln, you can see that the old thermocouples are, the ceramic is cracked and the point end is all oxidized and corroded compared to these new ones. So let's get started. Okay, I have a Bailey kiln, and the thermocouples basically work the same way in all kilns. You have to make sure that you get ones that are the right length and style for your kiln. And all the kilns open up differently. So with my Bailey, I've got these little hex head screws that I'm going to take out. There's one over here. There are 3 over here on this side that go the length. I have taken off 2 of the 3, and then this whole panel opens up. One thing I did forget to mention is that you need to turn your kiln off at the power source. Mine is hardwired into the wall, so I've just flipped that breaker down to where you make sure that you don't see any readout on your readout display. So this is what the kiln looks like inside the panel box. And this is where those thermocouples come out. And the easiest way to do it is to take this ceramic thing off of your kiln. So I'm going to take it off. And I can just pull this all the way out. And you can see the condition, like this ceramic sheath is starting to, see how it's starting to crack right there? That that could very easily break, and once it actually breaks, you're just not going to get a good reading. Actually, most electronic kilns will flash an error code that says fail, and then you can't fire until you replace these. So these cost about $25 a piece. For the new ones, again, the Bailey puts a piece of tape around theirs to keep these ceramic things from coming off. So you need to take that off. And now I'm just going to hand unscrew these. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, that one's on there pretty tight. But you only have to loosen that up because it's just a, you know, it's just like a set screw type situation. And then when you put them back in, you'll notice that one end is red and the other one isn't. Well, the red end matches the red wire. Oh, let me use this one that has the tape off of it. All right. So you put it in there about that far, and then tighten down the screw. And then stick it back through the hole. And that goes back into the kiln. And then put these screws back on. I have tried doing it without taking this ceramic thing off, and it is much more difficult to do it that way. So, there you go. Just that easy. So, I'm just going to put these screws back in where they came out. And that's it. So, don't be afraid to try it yourself. Other thing to do is turn the electric back on. Well, I hope you found that useful. Both changing the hose out from the bottom, the vent hose, and putting in the new thermocouples. If you click the like button, subscribe button, and the notification button, you can get a notification for when I start to put these elements back in. I'm sure you'll get a charge out of that, and you can save yourself a bundle of money doing it by yourself. My channel includes repairs on my house, home enhancements on my house, and every once in a while I have to go for a walk in the woods. So, see you soon.